Everybody, we are back. It is Taped on Live's favorite podcast, favorite channel, favorite everything. We are back. You already know what to do. Hit the subscribe button. Subscribe. Hit the like button if you hit the like button if you like it. Hit dislike button if you don't like it. Leave a comment if you like it. Leave a comment if you don't like it. Also follow us on Twitter at the Mark John NFL for me, at mholder95 for Matt, and of course, pandasubs.com, discount code TDL for 35% off. All right, so it's our last TDL of the year, not of the season, but of the year here on New Year's Eve. I'm recording this. I already dropped this on New Year's, but so it would be the first TDL of the year for the viewer, but our last filming TDL for the year. So NFL season's over. You know what I'm saying? I get to watch ASU tomorrow, and hopefully they don't get their ass kicked. But
what's the confidence level going into the ASU game? That high?
It's not really high, especially after Sam Levitt was like talking shit about Quinn Ewers. So, like, he's like, I'm gonna show him the better quarterback, which I like the confidence, man. But I think you just need to relax a little bit. Just, hopefully he has a good game, right? Hopefully he has a good game. When he said that, he doesn't have Cam, but yeah, I don't know. I feel like ASU's gonna start off good and just get mollywopped. That's my prediction, that they start off really well. They shock everybody. Everybody's like, "Oh, ASU might do it," and it's like 35 unanswered points.
Yeah, the talent at Texas comes over, or
it just overpowers them. That's what I think is gonna happen in that game, man. But yeah, all right. But back to the Raiders and Saints. Okay, so we reviewed the film. Like I said, it was a good film, man. I think it's the best film that I've probably watched of them all year on offense, for sure. I mean, it really doesn't get better than that. I mean, I don't, for a full 4 quarters of film, it was like actually kind of exciting. Like, I liked watching it for once. I mean, the Chiefs game was cool. That was a good game. I liked watching it. That was a little bit. But I feel like this one was just from back to front, from like how JPJ was just dominating people to, how even like DJ Glaze and those guys were playing well in the run game. And, Amir Abdullah played well. Jacoby Myers played well. Brock Bowers played well. Trey Tucker's probably the only guy that didn't play very well with his drops. But other than that, man, I thought, even Terrence Marshall got it. That's on Terrence Marshall's side.
I feel like when I saw him actually get a catch, I got a little excited because I feel like in the last few weeks, like there have been either like plays where he's open or like he's gotten targeted and like it's been an inaccurate throw. I'm like, man, the guy finally got one. The guy finally got an on target ball.
Yeah, for sure, man. He's probably excited about that shit because like, even last week he had a chance to have a big play and the dude knocked it down. So. Terrence Marshall got involved. Aiden O'Connell played pretty well. Has a nice deep passes. Had his first time having like 3 big time throws or something like that.
Ooh.
So, oh, wow. But yeah. I mean, it was good film though. What about the defense?
I mean, kind of the same. Like, I think for the most part, like there wasn't anybody who I was like really like disappointed in or like frustrated with. Like, I mean, y'all have heard me complain about Jack Jones in the past. He played pretty well, and I mean, I think someone was saying he got credit with 3 passes defended, and that was like his career high. One of those being the pick there too. And I saw it on film again. Like, he definitely could have scored. I don't know why. That was weird of it. Like, the dude scored on a pick 6 when it was like 63 to whatever against the Chargers, and then like runs out of bounds and like a 2 possession game. What the heck, man? Go score. Go score. It's been a tough season for you. You earned one. You got the right there. But
yeah.
But no, I mean, overall, he played pretty well. DeCameron Richardson had a bit of a rough start, but like at the end of the game, kind of picked it up a little bit too. The only guy they really had trouble stopping was Jawan Johnson. Like kind of routinely, like he actually had a good game, which was surprising. But I mean, like I said in the instant reaction, outside of maybe the first try where they gave up a few yards, like gave up a run to Spencer Rattler for a long gain off a read option. Just think they weren't like expecting it. A trick play and whatnot. And the end of the half scenario at the end of the first half, like it was a pretty dominant effort overall from the defense. Like pretty much everyone on the field played well. I mean, Andre Carter got a sack or half sack. It was picked up off the practice squad like 2 weeks ago and it ended up mixing it in. The other guy I thought about doing, we're going to dive into Tyree Wilson, who I think had a pretty damn good game and one of the better ones of his career. The other guy that I thought played pretty well and I thought about doing was Thomas Harper. I talked about him a little bit popping up in coverage in the last few weeks, and then this week was one where he like really broke through and had some nice plays. Had the pick at the end, thinking he ended up getting involved in the half sack. And I think if you look at like the PFF grades, I think he was one of the higher graded
I thought it was
defenders.
elite. I like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he did like extremely well. And I mean, again, for a guy that was cut at the end of training camp and was a waiver wire pickup, not a bad way to finish the year and build some
Yeah.
momentum because he's been getting a lot more playing time lately when they go to those 3 safety sets that Graham's ran in the past. So and also kind of notable that he's getting PT over guys like Chris Smith, who was a 5th-round pick 2 years ago. I guess now we can say that now it's 2025, and Trey Taylor, who we obviously were high on coming out of Air Force last year. Who's I don't even know if he's played on defense this season. You know, he battled the injury, so yeah. Thomas Harper, arrows pointing up. He seems to be a guy that Telesco likes, and the coaching staff has been liking lately with the injuries on the back end of the defense. So
what year is he?
He's a rookie. He was a rookie.
He's a rookie.
I think he was a 7th-round pick out of Notre Dame, maybe an undrafted free agent. So he's a late, an unheralded guy, and again got cut by the Chargers, and Telesco swooped in and picked him up, kind of literally the same way they got Lalu, who also we'll see one rep at him. He had a pretty nice day too.
Okay, yeah, all right, pretty cool, man. Oh wow, hey, I mean, Mister, get the waiver wire for the 7th rounders. Why draft it? Rather, you just pick them up on other teams. I guess
so.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So on offense, like I said, they play. I'm doing JPJ, who had a just dominant game. He actually had a 90 elite grade on PFF, I believe, right? From what I remember, it was like 90 something.
I think he was like the highest rated guard overall this week, and like not close.
Yeah, he was dominant, man. It's definitely, people are asking me on Twitter, like, what position should he play now, center or guard? I'm like, well, I think we should just be happy that he could play both really well. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna try to put him in a spot. I'm like, wherever we need. Andre James is disposable because of that. So, James hasn't been playing bad. I mean, James isn't terrible. Like I always say that. He's just
come on, speak your mind. We all know how you really feel. Speak your mind.
He is the guy who like misses the blocks the most at this point in this team, and he probably more DJ Glaze, but like, you know what I mean? But he's not terrible at center. And then you want JPJ to kind of take that mantle a little bit, but he was great at guard today. I mean, he definitely could play both. Let's say that. And then I just do some Brock Bowers, because I haven't done Brock Bowers in a while, because there's really nobody else really to do. I mean, I could have did Aiden O'Connell, I guess, but I mean, if I do Brock Bowers, I do Aiden O'Connell. So that's how I kind of looked at it. So I was like, let's look at some Brock. And I also put in some routes where, I think the ball could have went to Brock, but ended up didn't go into him. So I kind of show a little bit of his route running more downfield, because what we see right now from Brock for the most part is a lot of the short passes, and I think they're calling the throws downfield, but they're just not taking them. So you definitely look at that too as well. So that's what we're doing today. So anything else happening? I mean, AP's job secure? Like, is he going to get fired, Matt? What's happening? What do you think?
I mean, it does seem like there is something right on this week. I think Tashawn had a piece in The Athletic that kind of or Vic had his tweet before the game. I should back up a little bit here. Vic had his tweet before the game. It was like a big game for AP, which kind of sent out the smoke signal. And then Tashawn the next day was basically like, if Mark Davis is making a decision based on the end of the season, if the Raiders can beat a Chargers team that doesn't have much to play for, like, going to be hard to move on from him. I know it's going to make a lot of people upset. Mm-hmm. The winning streak has made more people mad than I think the 10-game losing streak,
which is hilarious when you think about it, man. I mean, that's the fandom of wanting a quarterback. That's what that is. You're tanking for a quarterback, because it's not even like tanking for a high draft pick. They feel like they're not going to get a quarterback if that doesn't happen. Which I just don't agree with that. I still, like, they finished 9th, 8th, Cam Ward and one of those guys might fall to them. You never know, but you just got to see it's a process. I mean, these guys don't always go at 1 all the time, especially in this draft, because I think there's better players in this draft. So we'll see.
I will say I just got done watching some Carson Beck tape, and I'm a little worried.
Oh yeah, you like that? How you like him just throwing it into traffic, not seeing the field? You like it?
We'll get into him later, but yeah, was so frustrating, because when he does read it, he has a freaking cannon. He has a great arm. But
See, the thing is my scary part of Carson Beck, which I think a lot of people aren't taking this factor in, is that a lot of NFL teams do like to make excuses for guys they like, and he doesn't have really anybody to throw to, right? There's no big time Georgia guys. I mean, Brock Bowers on this team. McConkey's gone. He's on the Chargers with
Yeah.
800 yards. You know what I'm saying? An NFL team might be like, well, the year before he played really well. He was QB1 coming in here, and he lost his guys. He didn't have his guys this year. Like, especially if Georgia loses, right? If the Georgia, keeps winning, he's not going to go. But if Georgia loses, they're going to be like, oh, he didn't have his guys. Look, the other quarterback couldn't do it either. That's what I'm Carson Beck still scares me. I'm not. I know Twitter is going to be like he's a third rounder, but I don't know. The NFL is weird.
I mean, I can see that too, because he's big arm with decent athleticism, and like to what you're talking about, like one of the things I saw, like Georgia had 18 drops last year, they had 30 this year. It's like that is a factor, but yeah, there is a lot of concerns. But yeah. I feel like we're giving Carson Beck too much airtime
I know.
for right now.
If we just give him Brock Bowers, man, what about Brock's his boy? You know what I mean?
Reunite him.
All right, let's do some defense.
Sweet. All right, so like I said, going to dive into some Tyree Wilson, who had a pretty good game. This first rep here is going to be kind of more of a one-off, just a nice screen where makes a decent read, makes a good open field tackle. Again, not a huge part of his game, but do like the instincts. And I mean, we've seen Tyree Wilson miss tackles like these in open space in the past. So yeah, we're seeing a little bit of growth. Like decent D-line play here. Like you can see right about now, kind of recognizes it, sees, oh, I'm unblocked, come flat down the line, and then go make that tackle for a 2-yard gain. Again, not something I'm going to hang my hat on, but decent play from a defensive lineman. Moving on to a couple reps of him against the run. He is going up against a tight end here, but one thing I like is like you'll see pre-snap lined up head up in a 4 technique on the tight end. But what I like, and this was something we'll see on the next clip too, is he does a good job of recognizing the blocking scheme and working laterally so that he can stay in his gap. And you see like right off here, like off the snap, he kind of reads the tight end's hat. Again, stays in his gap. Now, pad level is not great, but again, against a tight end, we can get away with that because we're just bigger and stronger, and ends up being able to get involved in the play from the backside. Now, I will say I would like to see him maybe come a little bit flatter down the line here and end up making this tackle himself. But at the very least, he slows him up and helps Jonah Lalu make the play. And just take a look at this rep from Lalu here. Right here. Going against Cesar Ruiz, who was one of the better Saints offensive linemen that was playing this game. I mean, some nice extension, nice little use of hands, get off the block, get outside your gap, and make a tackle. Like I said, man, a lot of guys played really well. A lot of young guys too.
Nice play.
All right, this one was a little bit more impressive from Tyree going against Fuaga here, who's a good run blocker for a rookie offensive tackle. And same thing, like you're going to see him read the block post snap, work to stay in his gap, work laterally. And I like this too. Much better pad level. You can see his helmet's slightly underneath the Fuaga's here. What I want you guys to watch his hands and how he uses his length to his advantage. That's something that he's been working on, or that he needed to work on. Like you can see even here, like with his outside hand, that was a terrible circle, but at least it went away. Now you can see it to kind of get Fuaga's hands off of him, and he has the strength to kind of keep him away from his body and get Fuaga stood up. And on top of it too, like this was what the really impressive part was, uses that long arm to get extension and get off the block. And I don't even know if I'd call this bench pressing him, like shoulder pressing him. Get some, what are those, side races? And get off the block and end up making the tackle when Hilaire ends up cutting back into his gap. The other thing I liked about this too is with a lot of defensive linemen, like when you get in this position, it's tough because you got a big 330-pound dude leaning on you. But like you notice here, like it's kind of an awkward position, but he does a great job of sinking his hips to avoid getting washed and kind of anchoring down in his gap and staying in there. Pass rush is where Tyree had his best day for sure. Had 8 pressures. Some of that was schemed up here. Like we'll see that a little bit here. They're going to run a little TE stunt where Butler's going to work outside and he kind of loops underneath. But again, nice job here of using a little rip move to defeat Ruiz. I mean, this isn't even like, we've seen from Adam Butler, we've seen better reps from him where he's able to turn this guard's shoulders. Yeah. That doesn't even happen here, and Tyree still rips through to go get a pressure and hit Rattler. This was not. Close your eyes for Richardson on this rep. This is one of the ones that he struck a little bit. but again, played better for most of the game. This was working pretty well for him, and I liked a lot to see from him. This little long arm move that we've seen from Tyree quite a bit. Yeah. He gave Trevor Penning a tough time with this one. Might have seen Ted Wynn post this clip on Twitter. Again, like just getting so much better at using his hands. Like you'll see right now, he's going to stab and make the first significant contact with Penning. And if you watch Penning's hands here, like he's never able to get a grip. And then on top of it, like watch Wilson's outside arm there. And notice how he like kind of uses that to forklift it off of him. And again, like at this point, like this is how you know you won the rep, because we can see Penning's hands there. He's not even making contact. We have enough strength and power to collapse the pocket, force Rattler to scramble around and throw the ball away. All right, this one we're gonna watch Chase on first on this one, because this was a nasty rep by him too, going against Fuaga. See a little patented hand swipe move. A little Euro step, boom, bend it, and go chase down the quarterback, go get a strip sack. Again, Chase on, I think, had 3 pressures. This obviously was the best one of them. Nice, clean win. And on top of it, forced the fumble. Would like to recover it, but hey, we'll take that every day of the week. But the other one the other side of the line, get a great rep here from Tyree Wilson. Again, see him using that power, this time with the bull rush. This is my favorite part, because watch Penning. He's going to get some air right here.
Yeah.
Like, let's see if I can get this at the right spot. I mean, that's both feet off the ground.
Yeah. No, I think right.
And that collapses the pocket. And that kind of helps Chase on get the sack here, because Rattler sees that, and so it goes, oh shit, I got to scramble. Again, Chase on ends up chasing him down, taking advantage of some poor ball security from Rattler. All right, last clip here. Now, this one was impressive to me, because I know it may not look like a great rep, but one thing that I like that Wilson was going to do is he sets this move up pretty well by doing a couple things. One, like you see it a little bit, he'll start to stem inside and get square on Penning. So Penning kind of slows his feet down. The other thing that he does too is we saw him just win with that long arm move. He kind of flashes it there, and Penning takes the bait. Like watch Penning's outside arm right about there. You see how he kind of goes to club it down?
Yeah.
But Wilson, what he's doing is like a little ghost rush almost, where he just takes it away and then ends up winning with the rip move. And because again, he's stemmed to get square on Penning here and flash that hand right there. That creates like a short edge. So a guy that doesn't have great bend, which this rep actually has decent, nothing bad or nothing wrong with it on this rep.
Yeah. And
it creates that short edge. He ends up getting a sack. Also, check out Javon Merrick here on this one, right here.
I was watching that doing a little stunt here.
They do a stunt with a safety where he's the pick guy, and then Butler's going to loop in. This is how you know Patrick Graham was just fucking around at this point. I mean, okay, Javon, get a free rusher for go get a sack. Like that was pretty damn impressive. I was a little fired up with Javon Merrick, who again we've seen a little bit more physicality from him this year, and even as a pass rusher, setting the pick and setting up the sack for the 300-pounder. You don't see that very often from a safety, so that was pretty cool.
Yeah, because I watched defensive film today before I went on the radio, just in case they asked me any questions about it. And they're like, and I was watching out in the first half, you could just kind of see they're like playing soft zone, and then there's like Patrick Graham said enough of this, and they started like a bunch of guys like there was a play I text you about, because I saw who the hell's 99, but it was Amari Gaynor, Bernie, Spillane, and like Diablo and Carter. It was those 5 on the line, and I was thinking I've never seen that before, and they got a sack. I'm like, well.
They just unloaded the bench, man. They're like, look, we haven't been up 2 possessions all season. We don't know what this is like. We're just gonna this must be garbage time.
I was like, what's happening here? But yeah, so I mean, it was funny to kind of watch that. But Tyree looked good, man. I mean, that was probably some of the best reps he's had in a minute, man. He must not like Trevor Penning. So
yeah, and that's the crazy thing too. For me is like Penning. Like I know he's not a great pass blocker, but what's killed him in the past, what's killed Penning in the past, is speed rushers. And obviously that's not Tyree. And Tyree was kicking his ass physically, which again, if you ever watched Penning at the Senior Bowl, that didn't happen very often. It doesn't happen often in his career. That's his one thing that he's usually good at. And Tyree Wilson was just better. Tyree Wilson fought fire with fire and had the bigger flame. It was pretty awesome to watch.
Yeah, man, that's for sure. All right. All right, so start with some JPJ here. First of all, so just watch him in some run blocking. So a lot of split zone in this game, like a lot of different variations of it. So we get a little split inside zone here, right? You see JPJ, he's got number 90 here. He's trying to come around him, right? He tries to go through him first. I mean, JPJ, you can say he doesn't have great hand placement here if you want to get technical, that's fine. But it just looks so much better. You just throw the guy on the ground. Nobody cares. Because he gets off the ball so fast. You just watch him, how fast he's so fast off the ball. He does it at center too, and maybe that's sometimes where he could have the snap issues because he's trying to get off the ball so fast. But yeah, you getting tossed in the ground, and there goes Abdullah for a nice little run. So you see the hole he created there, right? And then Parham gets the second level. Probably if Andre James has a better block there, then there probably is a longer run here too.
Nice block by Bowers.
Yeah. See, oh, yeah, you saw Brock getting there. Nice little.
Oh yeah,
right there. Open it up. All right, so here's another one. More split zone. Like I said, they're doing a lot of split zone, and which is interesting on this one. You see Michael Mayer kind of following that guy, which I thought was interesting. So it doesn't look like split zone, but in my opinion, it's still split zone. But you see what JPJ is doing here. He's getting that, like I said, maybe very high pad level, right? It's probably way too high, right? Because he's as high as Colton Miller. Colton Miller's 6'7", okay? So that tells you that Colton Miller's bending. Colton Miller's 6'7", right? And JPJ is as high as Colton Miller, right? So Colton Miller's bending. So that shows you how high JPJ's pad level is here. And that's probably sometimes my problem with him at guard is he has a high pad level like that. But it didn't matter today because he just moved that guy number 90 like it was nothing. It didn't matter. High pad level, who cares?
Yeah.
I am a bully and I'm stronger than you. But it is something that you see a lot here. So here we go. On this one, we get a little inside zone here. You kind of see him, the movement he gets here with Andre James. Boom, knocking that dude's head off, trying to murder him, just trying to hit him so hard in the head there. And Abdullah just does the rest.
Yeah, he kind of saved James' ass there a little bit too.
Yeah, he did. James getting beat up a little bit. Yeah. He was starting to, because he's starting to do that. That happens, right? Within, kind of almost allow James to get it up to the linebacker. Yeah. All right. Here's another one, another rep here. I'm just moving, just being a beast. Some more split zone. Being a beast. Great block from DJ Glaze, dude. DJ Glaze had a nice little block here. Just knocking, pushing wagon to the ground. He tripped a little bit, but it made the hole for Abdullah there. You'll see JPJ just pushing 93 backwards about 3 yards with high pad level and his hands outside.
Just pure strength.
All right, here's another one. So here we get a good rep. We got some good technique here. It was a double team with Andre James. You see what he does to 92 here. Looks like we got a little duo run on this one, and which allows James to get up to the second level, and then Abdullah has a great run, just kind of getting skinny in this hole here. So you see JPJ, boom, moving this guy. But the best part of this run is Abdullah being able to jump cut right here and get back upfield like that.
Haven't seen that much this season.
No, we have not. It's nice. All right, so a couple more reps in the run game and look at the pass game. So you see on this one, get a little trap here. And you see how JPJ gets his second level, gets right there up on Davis. able to control him, push him, see how Miller gets to the second level too, and then Parham did a good job on 93. So this is good, just great blocking the offensive line right there on this one. Parham gets there, boom, moves him, 58. He's up there, 74. Colt Miller got it there, and then you see Abdullah off to the races. Like I said, another good run by Abdullah too, because being patient here, he allows this block to develop. Then he could jump cut like that, both sides. Yeah, Abdullah's balling, man.
Found the fountain of youth, man.
Yeah. I guess so. All right, so here he is in pass protection here. Actually, sorry, this is another run where he's just pushing somebody else. Which 90 kind of gets past him. You kind of see the strength that he has. He still moves him. There's no chance for him. He's still moving him. All right, now let's get into pass protection. All right, so here we go. One-on-one here against Mr. 90 here. Mr. 90 tries to go for the spin move on JPJ. Right, but JPJ does a good job keeping his feet square pretty much. And he just throws the guy on the ground. It's like that was cute. Surprised they didn't call holding on that. They've been calling holding on that all year.
Yeah, the snatch and trap.
Yeah, he snatched and trapped him, but he's yes, I mean, like, here we go. Next one. Another good rep here. Like I said, I mean, the pad level's a little high here, but he's lower than it is when he's in run blocking, I would say. You can kind of see that he has great hands here inside. He has a great base. He's definitely does a great job staying square while he's blocking here. And that dude's not going anywhere.
Yeah, that's Brezzy too, who was a first round pick last year. Breezy.
Brass Breezy.
Yeah.
You're just abusing him. And then he loves to find some work. I just have to put this in here because he loves to find some work. Cam Jordan not see him coming. Look, watch Cam Jordan. Oh no, Cam Jordan thought he was about to get to the quarterback. Nope.
Oh.
All right, here's another one. Gets a little help here from Madison, but like I said, the pad level is a little high. He's got his hands inside. He's just so strong. Yeah. Come on, just forcing it to Corey Myers there. All right, next one. Yeah, picking up the stun here. So getting pushed inside. Andre James gets pushed around here. Now, JPJ, I think, does a good job of trying to control him a little bit afterwards. I think he kind of, because he's late here, of course. He does a good job of trying to, restrain him as much as possible. But Colt Miller, who did not have a good game, Chase Young was kicking his ass. Gets pushed back here. It was super interesting watching him get his ass kicked by Chase Young. That was super interesting to watch, to be honest. That surprised me. But this ended up being a good throw by O'Connell there. Right on the money. All right, here we go. Next one. This is my favorite one because I posted on Twitter. Because this is the best way to stop a stunt. Look, you got the stunt coming, right? Or this is like a late blitz. Is that what it was? Yeah, no, it's a stunt, a twist game, right? Here goes Bryce Breezy right through the hole. Look at him. Bryce Breezy is like, look at him. I'm coming right for him. And JPJ is like, nope, just throw your guy into.
Covering for James a little bit there.
And this would be the greatest play ever if Tucker catches this because Tucker catches this. He's scoring. Look.
Oh yeah, just go straight up the field.
He's scoring. This would have been the best play ever. The football gods did not want it to happen. They just didn't. They just want this to be just so funny.
Yeah, that is a monster. That is a legit bouncer play. Like not only tossing the D lineman out of the club, but also throwing his buddy out with.
Yeah, both y'all get the hell out. Oh man, like he knocked Bryce Breezy out too. Bryce Breezy went down the ground like that was it was hilarious. All right, so now we get into some Brock Bowers here. Most of the deep throws, or the deep kind of the throws over 10 yards. Let's say that. So you get the play action here on this one. They're basically kind of running. Looks like you got kind of a weird dig route here with a post over the top. Now you're thinking, I know what you're thinking here. I mean, there's some pressure here. You know, you probably see Trey Tucker just running by himself like he always does. But Tyron Matthew, to me, which kind of pissed me off in this game, this is a side rant. Sorry, guys, is that he was just all over Brock Bowers. And he was just giving this up. I just wish O'Connell just took a shot once in this game. You're gonna see it later. But this ended up being a good play of O'Connell because like I said, Colton Miller just couldn't block Chase Young today. I don't know what that was about.
Yeah, that's rough.
Right, and then O'Connell makes the play here.
I will say Young's been pretty good this year. He's just been forgotten about because he's on New Orleans. But
Oh, that's true.
yeah, but I mean Colton Miller, I expect a little bit more.
Yeah. All right, next one here. So now you're just hitting him over here in the mesh concept, which the Raiders, Scott Turner loves. He's never seen a mesh concept he did not love. See a little mesh here, and then it's kind of like a mixture of drive and mesh. So I mean, explain that, I guess, a little bit because drive, right? You get the dig and you get the under route, but now you mix it in with mesh, right? You get that high-low concept for O'Connell wide open over the middle against his own coverage. But then you see here, good hands, and he gets upfield so quickly. Just how fast he is, man. Explosive. All right. Here on this one, I just kind of want to show him just winning. This ball goes to Jacoby Myers, and it probably should have went to Brock. But you see him get up to that top of that stem, give a nice little quick jab step, and then a little physicality right at the top of his route, and he's wide open. But O'Connell ended up throwing that ball to Myers. He did have the pressure in his face, to be fair, but I really wish he was just looking at Brock on this one because it's the easier throw for him. So if he's like,
Yeah,
you start right here, like he doesn't have to deal with that pressure if he's just looking at Brock, but he's looking at Jacoby. Probably because he's against Kool-Aid, right? I think that's Kool-Aid. No, it's not. It's a safety.
no, yeah.
Yeah, he just wishes he went there. But the point is like just that's the separation that he gets, man, right there.
Yeah.
All right, so this is other place. This is third down. This is one of the third downs they didn't complete. Now in this one, he's gonna be running a double move. Okay, he's gonna be doing kind of like an out and up right here on the outside. So you see him kind of do a double move out and up here, and then you're getting this post route on top of it with Trey Tucker. And this is what I was talking about on this play. How Tyrann Mathieu was just all over whatever dig tight end there is. This is not even Brock Bowers, but he's just all over this, right? Like when you stop it right here, this is like people say they don't do screenshots. When you stop it right here, I mean, O'Connell has time, but he's kind of just staring down Michael Mayer. But in my opinion, once you see the safety come down, I guess he didn't see it, or maybe he thought he could throw the ball anyways. You just got to go over the top to Trey Tucker, or be patient and throw to Bowers. But you see with the route to Bowers, you watch Bowers kind of freeze that corner at the top, just freezes him a little bit, freezes, boom. That's big play. Even though Trey Tucker has some drops, it's still free Trey Tucker a little bit. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, he gets targeted there. That could be 6, or at least the explosive play.
Yeah. All right. So here he is on the choice route. This is just a pretty little route here. Kind of get a little stutter step, then get quick out of your break, freeze him on the choice route. He's frozen. I think it's even a pretty good throw by O'Connell, protect him a little bit, because I think if he leads him, that Warner's taking his head off and kind of slowed him down a little bit. You see, this just easy work. And this is one of his last targets here. And this is just kind of O'Connell just taking a chance and trusting him to be in the right spot at the right time. He's throwing this ball already. He's got a free rusher. And he got that ball right there. And he did a good job of getting his head around right on time, too, and catching that football. This happened a couple times against the Chiefs game. He tried to do this and get the ball early to him, and he wasn't ready for it. You kind of see that maybe they've been practicing this or something. He gets his head around. He's ready for it. Catches that ball. Gets some yak. So, yeah. Raiders offense from the young guys was basically the first and second round picks, and we can see they're both damn really good. So I mean, you can say what you want about Tom Telesco and how you feel about him or whatever, but man,
he has some hits.
Those are the first and second round picks from last season. So we'll see how he does this year. But yeah, I was excited watching that. Just the JPJ's film. I was really excited about watching that. But Brock Bowers looks good too. I mean, he has a whole year. So
yeah, I mean with JPJ, like one of the things that stands out is like you kind of talked about it, like his technique still isn't great yet, but the fact he's just winning with pure strength at this level and as a rookie, like that's almost gets you like so much more excited about what he can do. Like the fact he had this good of a game and there's still area for improvement where he can like work on getting his pads down or keeping his hands inside more consistently. Like that's what I think gives you like the most promise or the most hope when it comes to JPJ this season is he cleans up his technique. He could be an elite center in the league, like or guard. I mean, again, that was the other thing is he has an elite game at guard and at center at this stage. So I don't know if you can find many rookies who you can say that about having elite games at two different positions.
Yeah, for real. All right, so I mean that's our episode today. Kind of short, man. We went pretty quick on this one.
Keep it brief.
Yeah, keep it brief. You know, the season's almost over. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Hit the subscribe button. Subscribe. Of course, we'll be back with all the previews and all that stuff, and then our last instant reaction on Sunday. And then, it's over, guys. It's over. Until next season. Until next August, and then we get the hype of being 0-0. You know, so
yeah, we get the hope. We're on the
hope comes back.
Draft free agency's coming up. The hope's coming back. It's coming back up. We're rising.
All right, guys. So we're out of here. Peace.